Hello, Ma. You're welcome to this episode of PR Woman of the Month. My name is
Thank you.
Stella Kosiboje, and I work with Nigerian women in public relations as the programs and membership executive. And the PR Woman of the Month is an initiative by the Nigerian Women in Public Relations to platform and spotlight women in Nigeria or in diaspora that are practicing public relations. Why women do this great work, most of the times they don't get to talk about this work. They they showcase their work, but they don't really showcase themselves as a brand. So the PR woman of the month aims to know more about these women, these outstanding great women doing great work and how far they've come down their journey in public relations and communication. Miss Obianuju Asika, you're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you
We're
so
very
much.
excited to have you join us today.
Thank you.
Obianuju is a multifaceted professional with extensive experience in media and marketing communications, public relations, and digital marketing. As a new media journalist, she stays at the forefront of the latest trends and developments. As keys as an entertainment talent manager ensure the growth and success of the individual she represents. Passionate about advocacy, she champions women's rights and promotes health and lifestyle awareness. As a serial entrepreneur, she brings innovation and strategic vision to every project she undertakes. She is practicing public relations and communications manager. She's also the CEO of Pace Management and PR Limited and Obianuju Media Limited, OML Consulting, a public relations and talent management company and a marketing agency, respectively. She's the founder of Obianuju-Nnenna Media, ONM Foundation, dedicated to female health, well-being, and empowerment awareness. She's also the founder of Dsyner Inc. by Nnenna Limited, a beauty and image consultancy company, all based in Abuja. She holds a certificate in emotional intelligence and disruptive marketing from the SAM Obafemi Coaching Academy. She holds a BSc in Maths and Computer Science from the Benson Dausa University, Benin City, Edo State, and went further to get a PGD in New Media Journalism from the School of Media and Communications, Pan Atlantic University, Lagos. She has attended various workshops and training programs locally and internationally and was a trainer with the Google Digital Skills Program aimed at equipping people living in Africa with digital skills. She has trained over 10,000 people under this program. She won a grant to train women under the Intel She Will Connect program, where she introduced women to the digital lifestyle. She is very passionate about impacting individuals with the right tools and push them towards living a courageous life. Once again, Ma, you're welcome. From your bio, I see that you're very invested in women empowerment.
Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So, thank you so much for having me. I know we've been on this since last year, and
Yes.
I'm really grateful that you, in particular, were patient enough, to work around my own time and schedule. So, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We'll just get right to it. I saw that for your undergraduate studies, you studied computer sciences from Benson Dausa University. So I'm
Yeah.
just wondering, I want to know, how did you get into public relations and you just knew that this is what I wanted to do?
Okay, so I'm not going to lie you. That's computer science that I went to study. My parents were the one that got it for me. You know how Nigerian parents are, where they will either want their child to read medicine, law, accounting, just the basic professional courses. And I had written jam for like 2, 3 times, and we couldn't get a straight admission. So my parents were like, you know what, let's go to a private school. And by the time we got there, at that period, that was like the only course when it comes to sciences that was available. And they noticed that I also liked, being on my system, because I started doing a course on Microsoft Word and all that. So my parents were like, okay, you know what? Just do computer science and all that. So I went in for the course, and that was a nightmare because I had to start learning programming. C++, Java, and I was like, oh my goodness. Till today, I can't believe I came out with an A+ in statistics. I'm still wondering how that happened, but I am grateful that I had that. So during the course of school, I started a dance club there. So when I was growing up, right, we had exposure to TV. We were part of some children that used to have, is it Kiddies Time on NTA. So that was when my whole experience on media started. Then in church, we would also do dancing, media, presentation, writing and all that. So as we were growing, even as I was doing computer science, I was still interested in that. So at the end of the day, when I finished, I even left school at a point and told my mom that I wasn't doing it yet, and she was like, we struck a deal. Go back and finish. Then when you're done, you could continue and do whatever thing you want. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So it took me a longer year to finish school, but as soon as I was done, I was done. Because computer science was not my thing at all. And as soon as I was coming out, immediately I got a job with Leadership newspaper, and that was where my whole media um, journey started from.
I can imagine them doing computer science. That would have been a lot of stress, and you had
It
to do
was,
it.
I'm
Because
not
the
gonna
C++
lie.
and the Java is a lot. Because I attended University of Benin, and there was a time
Okay.
everyone had to do Pascal. Like,
Ah.
even me, I didn't know where it was coming from or where it was going.
Oh
So,
my goodness. It was
so I,
crazy at that point, but oh God,
yeah,
we survived.
so I can only imagine. Thank you for sharing that story with us. It's very interesting. I think parents should allow children to choose what
Yeah,
they want to study based on their strengths. That's how they
true.
can study without stress. Like, studying becomes a normal thing for them.
True.
Um, can you tell us some of the successful campaigns or projects you've worked on? We know that you are the CEO of Spadez Media, but before opening your own agency, even as an agency owner, can you tell us some of the successful campaigns of projects you've worked on?
Okay, so I know before we started this recording, we had a conversation about PR in the North. I was born and raised in Kaduna, and at the end of the day, one of the things I always looked towards was coming back, because this was the only place that I know. I mean, living in the North is the only thing that I know for now. Maybe later I could go somewhere else, you know. And I noticed that there were series of talents, series of creatives here in the North, you know. So for us as an agency, we really started getting, because we started with managing talents, in Lagos, where I manage a couple of comedians, and we took it up from there. But when I came back to Abuja, and I told myself, you know what, let's see that we focus on the core of why we started Spades Management and PR in the first place. So when we came in, now Abuja, or the North generally, is becoming known when it comes to entertainment, hospitality, tourism, agriculture, education, and all. So for the whole entertainment, you have events, and a lot of festivals are coming up. This festival, that festival, a lot of people are coming up with big festivals. So recently we were able to collaborate with some brands and became like their official PR partners for some of their festivals. Like we had the Abuja Photo Festival, which was one of like the biggest photo festival in Nigeria for 2024. Because normally they have, I think Lagos has its own photo festival, but they did not do theirs for last year. So the Abuja Photo Festival was like the first, was the only one that held for last year. And we were the official PR partners for that. And to me, it was really a huge deal because apart from the networking opportunities, it also gave me and my team the exposure, that we needed. Then apart from that, of course, you know how it is. Abuja or the North generally is a small place where once one person sees you and sees that you've done a good work, they will tell someone else and all that and all that. So almost immediately, we also got to be the official PR partner for Crave Festival. The maiden edition of Crave Festival, which is a junk food festival as well. So we were the ones that really held the tough from PR to influencer marketing, to a couple of other things, and to us, this was huge. This was really amazing because it's not too many people. We don't really have so many PR companies like that in the North that are into, entertainment or hospitality or lifestyle. So to us, it was a huge deal. So these were the two major ones that we had. Of course, we've had other, things apart from campaigns, training young undergraduates on digital PR. We did like a 3 month, 4 month stretch, where we trained some undergraduates on public relations. Then, of course, during the NIPR's AGM for, was it last year or 2 years ago? I also I was called to be one of the facilitators to train Bayes University on digital marketing and PR as well. So it's been really good for us. And of course, 2025 have started and it has started busy already. So we're grateful.
All right, thank you for sharing. I believe that you're making an impact in the entertainment industry, saying that there are not a lot of entertainment not a lot of agencies that are currently into entertainment. I would say, well done, man, well done.
Thank you so much.
We also want to know, how do you collaborate with other teams or departments within organizations to align your PR strategy with broader business goals? And when it comes to entertainment, talent management, and it comes to public relations, I believe that managing human beings are like the hardest things.
It
So
is.
we want to know how you collaborate with other teams or departments to align your PR strategies with your broader business or organizational goals.
Okay, so first of all, I would say that I am first of all grateful for the course I had in um, emotional intelligence. Excuse me, because at the end of the day, it really taught me a bit about managing people. So we human beings are funny, and especially now, there's a gap between the millennials and the Gen Zs. And at the end of the day, most of my team members are Gen Zs. And one of the things I try to do is not to become like, in quotes, the boss or the boss lady, that kind of thing, because I believe in leadership. I believe in giving people the opportunity to learn. I believe in impacting. Even as you are working, I believe that you should learn also in the process. So most of the times when I give a team member a task, I also give them like a template for reporting. Because at the end of the day, they might get distracted. We are in a world where everything is distracting. Social media, talking to people and all that and all that. So I came up with a template. First of all, every Monday, everybody must submit and do a presentation of their plans for the week. Now, this would all help us to know and guide us on what to do, so that we can meet the goals we have set for the month. Because we started this thing where for every year we have our goals and key activities already written out. So we want a situation where, as we've written them out, we now broke them into months. So for every month as well, I tell my team, okay, you write your goals in accordance to what we have as a company, so that you can reach your targets, because everybody has KPIs, So they do their presentations, then they follow up to do what they need to do. Then every Friday we have what we call the feedback system, where we sit down and go back to the drawing board. Okay, did you do what you said you were going to do? Did you not do what you said you were going to do? And at the end of the day, it has helped strengthen us as a group, and it has even helped, the different teams, become more aligned. And there's one thing I always used to say, we need to get unified in one voice if we're going to get stronger. So it has really helped us with that, and it can only get better. So yes, these are the systems that we've put in place to help us achieve the goals that we've set.
Well, I think that's a very in-depth strategy. I think it's very great as as you start the week, you know what we're going to achieve. Then on Friday, we'll come together to see if we actually achieved it. I think it's a very great one. So we know them deliverables are met or not. Thank you for sharing. I know you mentioned that the public relations industry is not very strong in the north. That is a major challenge. But we also want to know, are there other challenges of working in public relations and communications, especially as a female practitioner?
Hmm. Okay. So let me start my media by telling a bit of my media journey. Um, if you remember, I said I started working at Leadership newspaper, and one of the things that really helped then was I was one of the reporters for Le Vogue. Le Vogue was a lifestyle and fashion magazine, and I was doing my job really well, because with that, I now became a senior reporter. Then in between, I went to Pan Atlantic University. And when I was done, I got promoted to be the social media manager for Leadership newspaper. Now, it was a bit difficult because I wouldn't say difficult, but it was challenging. First of all, I'm female, then I'm Igbo, then I'm Christian, you know. But what really helped me was the fact that I was born and raised in the North. Now, you know that there's cultural sensitivity when it comes to this area. There's religious sensitivity. And because I was born here, I know the culture, I know the religion, I know how to handle things, I know what to do and what not to do, So it really guided me. So the challenges became minimal, and most of the times you have people that are willing to even help you, because these people here, they're very simple people. Once you come and be like, I have this challenge and everything, they're really there to want to help to see that you improve. So the challenges weren't so much. It was just the fact that I had to, because I was born here, I was able to understand, the sensitivities around culture and religion here, but every other thing has been good so far. Yes, so I'll say that.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Since you were born there, you were able to adapt, know the
Yes.
things to do and not to do. I think that's very, very, very great. Thank you for sharing that. Um,
Yeah.
and the way you rose in the promotions, I would say that was really commendable. Well done.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, public relations is like an ever changing industry. Things are always changing, policies are changing, and it's very dynamic. So,
Yeah.
how do you stay updated with the latest industry trends and best practices in public relations?
Okay, so I'm going to say one thing, and I'm going to be speaking based on where I am, right? So we are still very much into traditional media here. And if we all know, and for us that are really in depth into public relations, we have kind of like, because of how the world is now, we now have digital PR where everything is mostly done online and is easier to connect and network online. But here we're still trying to balance between traditional and digital PR, which is why, first of all, I must commend the new chairman for NIPR, Mr. Abuja chapter, Mr. Stanley, because he's really trying to see that he brings in a lot of digital trainings, for practitioners here. So at the end of the day, it is just, we've been doing, so most of the trainings that I said we had were mostly on digital PR, to train people to understand that PR is not like before. PR, we could just maybe do a press release or do media relations and that's it. But now you have to go in depth. You have to go online. Who is talking about you? What's the image and perception about you online? So we now have to start teaching people these things as well. So most of the times I myself, I go online, I study. I still do courses online. I still do short demi courses here and there. I listen to a couple of my colleagues in Lagos. I have a particular friend in Lagos who she's also doing well in PR there. And most of the times, maybe in a week, we'll have phone conversations and we're talking for like 1 hour, almost 2 hours, on the recent trends of public relations. So these are the type of things that have been able to help me really keep up with trends in the industry now.
From what you said, continuous learning. So,
Continuous learning,
learning
yeah.
does not stop. And
Nope.
continuous learning, and the part of mentioning your friend, I think people and communities are very also important. So if you're in the industry, you don't have to be alone or do it all alone. You can talk to someone, just talk to people, network, and just get the best advice. I think that's very helpful because in public relations we definitely need people to
Yes, we do.
to
In fact,
get most of
our business is all about people. It's all about
yes.
people. If you don't have people, you are not practicing PR really.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. So someone is watching this video. The person is saying, I like what Obianuju is doing, and I would like to own my agency in maybe in the next 5 to 6 years." But the person is just starting out entry level public relations. But the person aims to climb the PR ladder, so maybe become head of communication before even owning an agency. So, what advice will you give to that person?
Hmm. So let me tell you one thing that somebody had told me in the past, right? When I was serving in Jalingo, I told a friend of mine that I wanted to do PR, I wanted to do media and all that. And the person told me to my face that, you won't make it. You're too honest because you are female, you know. So what I would tell whoever that is watching, whatever dream or goal that you have, go at it. Do not listen to what anybody says because everybody has their own opinion of you. Your own opinion of you is always different from what the next person is having about you. So always go at it. Write down your goals. Write down your goals and put down actionable steps to take it. Me, for example, when they told me I couldn't make it, first things first, I went to register my company. I had not started. I registered the company, to serve as a reminder that, see, you will not fail. That's number one. Then number two, as soon as I was done with NYSC, I started working with Leadership newspaper because then PR wasn't really known like that, especially in Nigeria. So I started with media, then from media, and I went into the digital world, and now I'm able to infuse both traditional and digital. So it's a journey, but that journey always begins with the first step, and that step is you believing in yourself, pursuing your goals, and following through with all the visions and goals that you have set for yourself. Then please study. Thank God we have bodies now that can train on public relations, institutions that train on communications. Learn, understand what is going on in the industry, so that you will be set apart from other people. Um, then, if you can, be an intern. Because there's always a difference between saying, oh, I want to be the boss, or I want to own my own agency, and you don't know jack about what you're doing. It's always good to learn from other companies. I mean, there was a time that I had applied so well to different agencies. There was a time that a particular PR agency was, in quotes, raining. That time I had sent letters, to want to intern and all that. I didn't get it, maybe because other people were doing the same thing, understand. But I never gave up. I had friends in the media industry, so I started picking their brains. What do you do? How do you do? What is this all about? I started learning about systems and structures, because these are the things that will help you because for you to build a company that would last, and especially the Nigerian factor, you need to understand, where you are, where you want to go, and build a system and structure that would last. So these are the things that I would tell that, it's very possible. You can do it. Just keep going at it and never give up.
All right, thank you for sharing. I think one of the very important facts and number one thing is if you're in public relations, you must be willing to learn. You must be willing to study. That's the first part. And the part that you talked about internship. Yesterday we had a training and the speakers were talking about volunteering and interning, even if they are not going to pay you. And she shared a story of how she was out of the job, so she spoke to someone, she reached out to someone that I'm looking for a job, and the person said, I don't have any paying job right now, but if you want to volunteer for events, when we do events, you really want to be carrying mic, if somebody wants to ask a question or speak, will you be able to do that? And she took up the offer. I said, yes, I'm not doing anything. And she took up the offer. She was at an event. So somebody said, "How are you? Well, what do you do?" The person was like, she was working in a PR agency, but they left Nigeria. The person was like, "Send
Oh
me your
wow.
CV. Let's talk." She said that was how she got a job,
Oh
and it
wow.
was at an
Amazing.
a NIPR event, and that was how she kickstarted her career again. And from there, she got to a bigger agency. So she was encouraging the attendees to volunteer, intern,
Mhm.
even without being paid, because this is where you
Mhm.
meet people and gain opportunities. And
Please
yes,
say it
what you,
loud though. Say it loud because most young people now they don't want to intern. Please say it loud. Let them hear. Intern and volunteer. Please.
yes, we know with the generation now, they just want to make money. So when you are saying internship, they're asking you, how much are you going to pay me? So yes, it's very important. Before you can actually lead, you must serve. So that is one thing, and it is the common law of nature. So, and when we do this training, we encourage people to volunteer, attend events, talk to people. So if you see Obianuju as someone you look up to in the industry, reach out to her. Now, even if you're not in Abuja, you can say, "Ma, I can be doing social media management, or I can be doing research." Just
You're
know how the
welcome.
work just know how the work is done. So thank you so much, Ma. I don't know if you have any words for us. That's all the questions we have for you. Don't know if you would like to tell us anything more.
As I tell you, as women, Nigerian women in PR, or tell people, because first of all, I would like to say that what you people are doing is highly commendable. This is first of all, it's hard to bring women together, and you people are doing an amazing job at it. And you're not just bringing women together, you're also, developing leaders, female leaders as well. And that is really commendable. I was really happy when I got this nomination. So thank you so much for this. And I definitely do not take it for granted. Thank you.
You're welcome, Ma. We are honored that you appreciate the work we do. It's all about women getting to leadership position, because if you see the statistics, is most women, they just stay at mid level. Um, So we provide support, resources. So if you're a woman and you need all the help, you need a referral, you reach out to us. If we can provide that, we'll connect you with the person. So it's all about
Right.
providing the support, because as a woman, you are dealing with a lot already. So there's
Oh, yes.
career, there's a lot of other things. So that is why we see the make counterpart always getting the top position. So
Mhm.
Nigerian Women in Public Relations Organization is rooting for women to get to the top, because we have more than what it takes. So thank you so
Yes,
much,
we
ma.
do. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. If you need any support, or you're doing recruitment, you need people to join your company, you can also share that with us, and we'll share it on our platform. So,
Awesome. I think I will have a conversation with you to see how we can further expand PR here in the North,
all
and
right.
we'll take it up from there.
Yes, and for trainings that you're talking about, we actually train undergraduates. We have the PR Student Summit. We reach out to
Oh,
institutions,
yeah.
and when we get approval, we sort of introduce public relations to undergraduates. So we bring in speakers that have graduated maybe 5 to 6 years ago, that are currently practicing public relations, to come and share their journey and the experiences with the students, to make them know that you don't have to wait till you graduate for you to start your career, because even
Mhm.
in school, remotely, you can intern, you can volunteer. And what are you doing? You're building your portfolio. Before you
Sure.
graduate, you already have more than a year, 2 years experience. And when
Mhm.
you even join the labor force, you're not starting as a newbie. You already have
Sure.
experience. So
Experience.
we
Sure.
Yes. So we encourage undergraduates, if your passion is writing, if it's presentation, if it's speaking, if it's research, this can be implemented into public relations, and you can kickstart your career while in school. So yes, we also have that as a training and other programs to sort of empower youth and women. So thank you, Ma.
Amazing. Amazing. All right. I'll be. I'll,
Wow.
I'll definitely be having this conversation with you.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.